shift begins right now. As we pass through the inflection point between the old paradigm and the new, the influx of vibrant energy pulls on the tethering of the old karmic construct, progressively unraveling it. From past experience, there comes a point where the old reality becomes fundamentally untenable in any kind of fixed state. The diva underpinning it, in this case Gaia, reaches the point of no return, and signals her readiness to begin withdrawing energy from the old construct. It is my conviction that the ongoing shifts in tectonic plates, as illuminated by the Hawaii Kailea volcano eruption, indicate we're passing through that milestone. What will it mean? The karmic construct, all reality condenses into form from the surrounding quantum soup, based on the need to explore various karmic lines. Sentient life manifests a crucible, through which to learn, evolve and grow. Any such construct has great possibility for illumination through expression. And crucially, all reality constructs have inherent instability woven into their very fabric. They will inevitably decay over time, unleashing bound-up consciousness, so it may shift to higher vibrations, thereby forming a new harmonic construct. It's how life progressively evolves. Plenty of the karmic lessons each soul has set before them will be unique to the individual, but there will also be key ones that are common, and thereby connect sentient life into groups of inquiry. Here are some of the key ones that I see happening on Earth. How to stay connected to the divine flow, whilst in a strongly engaging physical density. How to create and experience life's bounteous wonders, yet not to exploit or cause unnecessary harm. How to mutually support as a group, yet integrate personal soul sovereignty, evolving as an individual. How to experience intervention through the field, and yet align with the soul's evolving integrational path. How to cherish and respect all life, without judging, controlling or manipulating. A crucial keystone, opening a new doorway. It's clear there's still much for humanity to learn in these regards, and that's entirely okay. Life will always continue to present new opportunities for exploration and growth. However, here on Earth, I believe it's becoming increasingly clear that the reality construct we're living in, within the lower densities, first, second and third, is rapidly reaching an untenable state, caused by exploitative destruction of the biosphere. I believe the melting of the Arctic ice cap is a crucial indication of that, plus virulent toxification of our environment, not to mention the pandemic mistreatment of sentient life within the industrial food chain. I can strongly feel mindless exploitation on Earth has reached a critical point. It's generated unproductive and excessive suffering to the balance or sentient life here. Anyone with any degree of empathic feeling must surely feel it. Crucially, I sense too, that the balance has shifted within the heart and mind of Gaia, and through the shifting tectonic plates, is revealing her readiness to begin withdrawing energy from the old construct, in the interests of the balance or sentient life here. And that, I believe, is the significance of the Hawaii Kailea volcano. It feels to me as if it is a crucial keystone, through which a new doorway is opening to facilitate an acceleration in the shift. A new phase is clearly initiating, which will over time have a dramatic impact across the Earth, increasing global cataclysm. I believe it's becoming increasingly clear we're moving into a period in the shift of dramatic global cataclysm. The weather patterns are fundamentally changing due to the shifting jet streams affected predominantly by the melting Arctic, which is causing biblical floods, droughts, destructive storms and wildfire. As global temperatures rise, staple crops in the food chain will increasingly fail, leading to food price hikes, shortages and also starvation. Meanwhile, the pole shift is causing a lowering of the Earth's magnetic shield, thus initiating an increasing influx of cosmic radiation, plus intensifying earthquake and volcanic action. It's clear, the evidence illuminates this is already beginning to happen, but as the karmic construct begins to unwind, these effects are set to dramatically increase. It's essential we don't bury our heads in the sand over this, The evidence is already clearly pointing that way, but if we prepare ourselves for what is to come, especially mentally and emotionally, then we'll be better able to mediate the effects and come together to support one another. Contemplate deeply how you might act in divine service. Discover how to become an effective spiritual facilitator in the great shift, the great purification. This breakdown of the karmic construct is an essential aspect of the shift, which it seems to me has thus far been largely overlooked in the spiritual mainstream. Yes, the shift into a higher paradigm of greater harmony, connection and at-one-ment with all life, is coming to the earth, but not before this essential great purification, as the Hopi term it, whereupon the old construct is peeled away. It will be a fundamental, earth-shattering aspect of the shift. Let's first embrace it, then we can mediate the effects. Crucially, we must confront and prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally for what is set to come. Ego mind works to hold the status quo, and tends to struggle with dramatic change. For example, it's clear the Twin Towers and Building 7 were toppled by controlled demolition. The evidence is in plain view. But the mind struggles to grasp the enormity of what that would mean, and so the majority continue life as normal. We cannot afford to sleepwalk into what is set to come. We must come together in groups, and explore with each other the magnitude of what is already beginning to take place. We must hold the space for emotions to be expressed and equalized with what is transpiring. It's like sitting on a surfboard waiting for the surge to arrive, but suddenly you find yourself standing a wave. To ride it successfully, you must become totally as one with the strength of flow and all its nuances. Then you can ride it successfully and thrive with expression of self. In a universe of constant change, change is the only constant. Let's be clear, all life changes and moves on. In a universe of constant change, change is the only constant. The challenge in society is that it continues to live today as if things will be just as they were yesterday. That's the dangerous sleepwalking syndrome that as many of us as possible must work to avoid. What specifically can we do to ride the growing wave? At its roots, humanity is tribal. When great catastrophe befell the originals, they gathered together to discuss, share, express and support each other. This is exactly what I mean by equalizing with the situation. You become as one with it, and are much more able to handle it. It's subtly essential spiritual people convene in this way now. We have an abundance of connective media possibilities, and in these groups, we must observe and share the effects we're clearly witnessing. Let's lose any fear of expressing the truth, because only the truth can truly set us free. Follow Open Hand on Facebook. Besides emotional and mental support in this way, we must also increase the practical physical support. Civilization will become increasingly challenged by the upheavals set to come, yet plenty of resources are available, providing they are not mindlessly squandered. The Transition Towns Network has risen rapidly across the globe, offering practical support and infrastructure, designed to deal locally with fracturing global resource chains, maximizing sustainability and resilience. I'd strongly encourage as many as possible to get involved, for as I've expressed in the book Divinicus, there will be islands in the storm that will provide essential shelter and stability to maximize the shift window opportunity. Discover more about the Transition Towns Network and get involved. Above all, we must learn to fully connect with the soul, and then ride its wave from moment to moment. The time for procrastination and living in fuzzy half-truths is over. As the dam in the stream now breaks, the energy shift into the higher paradigm will accelerate. It will unleash many opportunities not previously available to those who can create in 5D consciousness. We must commit to living the new vibration right now, and support as many others as possible in doing the same. For these people will become the pathfinders and way showers to as many other people as possible. Here's how to live 5D consciousness in daily life. Purification of mind. body and emotions is also essential. We must remove as many veils as possible to the higher consciousness, that we may feel and integrate it into our lives. Thus we feel the flow as a way of being, and it will guide us benevolently through the storm. Focus on increasing vibration through purification of the diet, more toward the higher vibrations of plant-based eating. Emotional purification can happen by expressing fully, but not judging and projecting blame onto others, because ownership of the reality one creates is crucial to self-empowerment. Join the Open Hand Forum on the enormous benefits of fasting for purification. Learning to effectively process karma is crucial to the shift, because karma is the barrier and learning vehicle, guiding people into the higher paradigm. It provides the keys that open the gateways. It's essential therefore to recognize when one's karma is activating, and to turn into it, to actively embrace and work with it. The human causal body will have stored much trauma from humanity's convoluted past, which must be regressed into and worked through. In this way, there is nothing to fear from it. Only fear, denial or deflection stand in the way of effective and rapid processing. Once we've developed strong karmic processes, we can quickly break through as safely as possible. Open Hand's 9-step process for dealing with subconscious trauma and karma. To truly prosper and succeed in the shifting tides, we must commit fully to the development of strong spiritual practice. This needs to involve some form of deep self-reflection on a regular basis throughout the day. Each day, whether that be meditation, deep consciousness bodywork, yoga for example, connection with or the plethora of other spiritual possibilities. As the Hopi said, there will ultimately be only spiritual solutions to the great shift ahead of us. Our spiritual practice must support the transformation of distorted behaviorisms in day-to-day life. Our engagements with family, friends, in society and spiritual groups provide strong mirrors that we must each embrace and own. We can then work through them by continually seeking out our highest truth in regard to the exchanges. Where spiritual practice is integrated this way into daily living, great transformation can occur in small steps, and rapidly so. Understanding the incredible power of transmutation on the spiritual path, a golden opportunity. In conclusion, it is essential that we embrace the seriousness of the situation that is now beginning to unfold, and at the same time, confront any fear that might arise working into it. Thus we find acceptance, surrender and lightness of heart. Change is going to happen. Let's accept that and embrace it in our hearts as a golden opportunity. Spiritual mastery in the greatest sense of divine interconnection is presenting itself, because the veils are becoming increasingly thin. Now is the time to look into the external mirror and see the limited physical being that you are not. Let the veils of limitation fall from your eyes and from your being. Here is the golden opportunity to step out and become all that you can be. Spiritual beings were made for these times ahead of us. Your purpose and destiny for being here is set to come fully into view. Honor, own and embrace it. Step courageously and fearlessly forwards into your divine role, and this wave you're about to step onto will become the ride of your existence. End of the message. Much love to all of you sisters, brothers. Watch DNA Awakening previous videos for a universal understanding. New subscribers will be updated with the latest articles and informations. We hope this channel has helped you discover where to start on your actual spiritual path. It's a good karma to put a like, comment, subscribe and share with your beloved ones. Leave your suggestion in the field below. All the love to you, beautiful souls.